In today's video, I am going to teach you how to find verified suppliers on Excel. If you are building a supplier list and you want to quickly see which entries are verified, this simple Excel formula will help. We are going to use a check in one cell, then copy that logic down so the verification status is filled in automatically for multiple rows. First, click on cell D2 next to your supplier verification data. Take a moment to look at your spreadsheet and confirm that column D is the column where you want the verified and unverified labels to appear. Since the instruction says D2, you should specifically select the cell in row 2 of column D. You want to place the formula right beside the verification-related value that is in column C for the same row, because the formula will read from C2. Next, once D2 is selected, type the following formula into cell D2, $if C2 and the verified, unverified. As you type, pay attention to the punctuation and quotation marks, because Excel is very exact about formulas. This if statement works like a simple decision rule. It looks at C2, and it checks whether that cell is not equal to an empty value. In plain terms, it is checking whether there is some verification data present in C2. If there is data, the formula returns the text verified. If C2 is blank, it returns unverified. After you enter the formula, press Enter on your keyboard to complete it. Now Excel will calculate the result for row 2 and display either verified or unverified in cell D2. If everything is correct, you should see a clear status immediately. If you do not see the expected result, you can double-check that you typed the formula exactly as shown and that column C contains the verification indicator you want to evaluate. Now that D2 is working, you will copy the same formula down so you do not have to repeat the typing for every row. To do that, hover your mouse over the bottom right corner of cell D2. When you place your cursor there, Excel should change the cursor into a black plus sign, also called the fill handle. Take a moment to position your mouse precisely over that little corner, because the black plus sign only appears when you are directly on the correct spot. Once you see the black plus sign, you can copy the formula logic to the next rows. Double-click on the black plus sign if you want Excel to automatically fill the formula downward based on the data in your table. Alternatively, you can click and drag down from D2 to cell D4. The goal is to extend the formula so that D3 and D4 also contain the if check, referencing C3 and C4 for each respective row. In either method, you should end with cell D4 filled with the copied formula. After that, check the cells briefly to confirm the results look consistent. For example, if C3 has verification data, D3 should show verified, and if C4 is blank, D4 should show unverified. This confirmation step ensures that the copying worked correctly and that your status labels match the underlying verification column. At this point, you have set up a straightforward way to mark verified suppliers directly in Excel. You typed the if formula in D2, pressed Enter to compute it for the first row, and then used the fill handle to replicate the logic down to D4. That means your verification status stays aligned with your data without manual updates. Merotapis is verimmittelfanzet.